Good morning. It's your author Mark coming to you with another interesting discussion. Today we are going to talk about the coming recession. Now, yesterday I was watching BBC News last night, and they said and Jerome Powell was speaking. He's the president of the Federal Reserve in the United States. He said that there is not going to be a recession anytime soon. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's a little caveat to this because I feel that, after the research I have done, and I did study in college, I did study some accounting. I had 2 semesters of accounting and some business courses. So I'm here to tell you that, unfortunately, in order to fix this financial system, we do need a recession because the printing of money, all the other, all the inflation, all that stuff, something has to be done, and in my opinion, in order to basically clean and flush the system, is basically you do need a recession. However, although yes, I feel that recession is necessary in order to fix our economic system. Now, here's the thing you got to remember. This financial crisis that we're going to go into now, so-called recession and all that, this so-called recession is going to happen. That is because it's not a question if it's going to happen, but when. Because let's be honest here. This financial crisis that we're going to face now, this financial crisis has been going on since the 2007-2008 financial crisis. Because to be honest with you, they haven't fixed the underlying problems. I mean, and look, the worst thing is with this financial crisis that is coming, because it's like I said, it's not a question of if but when. But the thing is, if this happens under the Republican presidency, Republican administration, then unfortunately, the Republicans, if they don't end the war in Ukraine, if they don't reach some sort of financial or peace deal with Ukraine, that's going to affect them in the midterm. Now the thing is, yes, I already said, why do we need a recession? Because this whole financial system needs to get flushed and rebooted and started all over again. But here's the problem. Here's the problem with it, ladies and gentlemen. Because if there's no peace deal with Ukraine, if the inflation doesn't get under control, then the Republicans will take a, what do we call, they will have to take a loss in our midterm elections, and here's another ball game that's not being talked about. If those problems, at least the inflation and the peace in Ukraine, if that doesn't get under control, then unfortunately the Democrats, ladies and gentlemen, will definitely blame Trump, and then they're gonna blame Trump for the recession and all that, which in this case I would say that Trump had nothing to do with it, because the financial problems he inherited, ladies and gentlemen, and he's going to have to deal with it. The financial problems that President Trump has inherited is from the previous administrations, because, like I said, this underlying problem of that caused the 2007 and 2008 financial crisis haven't been fixed, and if we do get some sort of recession and a financial crash, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna happen. That is because the problems that caused 2007-2008 financial crisis haven't been fully addressed. Now, there's one more thing I do want to discuss, is that I want to discuss briefly, is the war in Ukraine. Well, the war in Ukraine itself, it is not going well for the Ukrainians, no matter what the Fox News, the BBC, and everybody else says, because they're running out of manpower. They're basically. When it comes to Ukraine, there has to be a negotiated settlement, because this war in Ukraine cannot last forever, because certainly the United States cannot afford it, because we are, like I said, we are printing money. We are we're in our financial crisis ourselves, so we cannot afford to support endless wars. And the other thing that when it comes to Ukraine, I heard a lot of talking heads that this war in Ukraine is just being fought over resources and precious metals such as chromium, lithium, and all that. But in some cases those media people might be right when it comes to that this Ukrainian war is being fought for precious metals and natural resources. But in reality, what war hasn't been fought over the natural resources? That's one part. But look, the second problem is, we, the American people, gave Zelensky all these war goods, ladies and gentlemen, and unfortunately Ukrainians and Vladimir Zelensky is gonna definitely have to pay us back for it. Now, how does he do that? Well, and in this case, it's justifiably so that that Vladimir Zelensky will have to give us access to his precious metal deposits like gold, platinum, lithium, and all that, because unfortunately, unfortunately, he's going to have to pay us for all the the equipment that we did give him so that he can defend himself against the Russian aggression. But he's still going to have to pay for it. So how does he pay for it? With his precious metals, which in this case, yes, Yes, some people might say, "Oh, this Ukraine war is just for precious metals," but unfortunately, with all this, the equipment that we gave Vladimir Zelensky, somebody's gonna have to pay for it. So how does he pay for it? Well, the simplest way that he's gonna have to pay us back is, he should give us access to the what do you call that? To the deposits of the chromium, lithium, and all that. Unfortunately, this is the only fair way to do it. Now, now you can also tell me what you think about what I said. Now, if you guys like this video, you can reach out to me on Facebook. You can leave a comment down below. You can also get in touch with me through Instagram, Facebook, or leave a comment down below. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now, and I will see you in my next video.